I know you're not into it, but it's hot.
Yeah, but I am into like renewables now.
This is Dr. J talking with Jake. You're welcome to join us live. We're broadcasting live.
Yep, broadcasting live. I think you froze.
Oh,
there you go. You're back.
Yeah. Where are you broadcasting from?
Today from Pine Cliff, Colorado. I'm in the mountains.
Wow. And I'm in the shore. I'm in the Hamptons in Long Island, New York.
Nice.
Linda, you're the queen of Sheba today. Jake is only going to be on for half an hour. He's got a business meeting coming up.
Half an hour.
This is work and pleasure combined, huh?
Yeah, well, I like to travel and usually do work when I'm traveling.
Right. So I want to also talk about what is that hot automaker from China, X, whatever it is. We'll chart that one. They have a new smart car that looks like it's going to drive itself. It looks like it's ready to go.
Which one is this?
I forget the name of the company. I can't say them anyway.
It's a self-driving car from China.
Well, what good are you? You don't know Chinese. You can't pronounce it any better. You can't pronounce it any better than me.
Yeah. But I'm just wondering which one.
I don't know how to say it. Well, we're going to find it though.
Yeah, we'll find it.
A lot, John. A lot of good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff.
Greg, Jiggly must be here. Cat. Hey, Cat is here. Pac B, PACB. I think of Cat. I think Cat's in that. Jiggly is talking to Gregory, and we got
here today.
And Greg is talking to everybody, and Big Tex is here. Big Tex gave us a good one. I forgot. Yeah. I own it. I don't even know the symbol. TGTX, something like that. I don't remember. I don't even. I own so much. I got to clean up.
Yeah.
I got to clean it up. It's gotten out of hand. I just bought a buying spree. Today, before the show, I bought something. I opened the position, and it's getting to the point I don't even know what I own and what I'm buying. I really am worried about myself. I'm buying like crazy and making money at the same time. But I got to take the profits. Like SBE, on Wednesday, I had PT, physical therapy, online, virtual. So it was 8:30 in the morning, and the therapist said, he knows I'm into stocks. He says, you got any good ones? I said, well, I've been buying SBE. So he looks it up as I'm doing my workout. He looks it up.
That's funny.
He says, it's $19 a share. Maybe I'll buy some. But by the time he got around to buying it, it was $25 a share.
Oh, wow.
It had a tremendous move. That's the charging stations, the SPAC that hasn't happened yet. I forget the name of the real company. TGTX, I was right. And Jiggly is into XXII, and so is a bunch of other people on the other followers of ours. It had a nice move from 50 cents to $1.70. Not bad.
Yeah, that's great. 3x.
Yeah. I've owned that one 4 times. I made money on it once out of 4, so I stayed away. I shouldn't have, but I did. Getting paid at work to watch YouTube. Happy Friday, all. Happy Friday to you. How do you say Utahans? Those who live in Utah, Utahans. I don't know. New York is easy. Texans are easy. But you tell me how you say Utahans. Utahs?
I don't know.
How do you say those who come from Utah? Utahns.
Yeah, that's a good question.
It's a tough one.
Yeah. Yeah,
We got a full schedule. That's the title. Is a new face.
This garden health thing is interesting. I used to be in it a long time ago.
Which one?
Yeah, the one Linda popped up, the garden health science GHSI.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that's Greg. Isn't that a Greg original?
I don't know.
Greg once alerted me to GHSI.
Oh yeah,
I believe so. Greg, you still in GHSI?
Yeah. Should I still go in on this or what?
I don't know. I'm going to take a look at it. We got a lot to look at. I got a lot of good 16%. Ones.
Oh, I hate the chase.
You know, it's scaring me lately, Jake. As soon as I utter four letters, I could say any 4 letters, it goes up 50% in 2 days.
Wow. Okay, just start making them out.
I'm really scaring myself. No matter what 4 letters I say, it's up 50%. I really think biotech is hot now. Mesoblast struck a deal with Novartis, you know, on the COVID trial. I mean, that was the main impetus.
Wow. Yeah.
$50 million upfront dollars.
Wow.
Now, didn't I tell you that I didn't understand why it didn't move on the news of the midway, arriving at the midway point? I did not understand why that didn't cause a little pop. I think we discussed it on Friday, unless I discussed it with Jake. I mean, with Professor Spike. I'm not sure who. Between the two of you, I get confused what I discussed with you.
Yeah.
But I did discuss it.
I think Arunia is getting a buyout soon.
I hope so. I'm still, well, could it wait a little bit? I didn't buy enough of it yet.
Yeah, today, there was just some weird movement. I mean,
Zeisman gave me the correct way to say those who come from Utah.
Yeah.
Utahns.
Yeah, close enough.
Utahns. Okay. I had no clue how you say it. Is that how they spell it? I guess so.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah, I mean that was interesting. It was like a tongue twister. The travel stocks. I think it's not too early.
It's too early, or it's not too early?
The Expedias of the world.
You think it's too early, or
not too early?
Like Expedia.
Yeah, I really like Expedia. I think it could make a big move.
That's interesting.
Yeah. All right.
You know, I'm doing the directed share program with Airbnb. I'm getting in on the early for the IPO.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I'm an Airbnb host, so that qualifies me to buy shares before the regular people.
I think the timing couldn't be better.
For what, Airbnb?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in Airbnb. I'm in one right now.
Greg, what is Greg saying? GHSI looking to announce an extension and a new CEO. Good things are happening there.
An extension on the reverse split.
Zeisman, good to have you. I'm glad you made it.
All right, I might bite on this garden health. I didn't have good luck with it before.
All right, so we're going to get to work now.
Yeah, let's do it.
Here's the story. On Wednesday, you see this little downward movement on Wednesday? Well, I spoke to the therapist at 8:30 in the morning before the open. I basically piqued his interest. I don't know if he bought it. I hope he did. I'll see him. I have him Tuesday, Thursday, that therapist, twice a week. And let's see if he was smart enough to actually jump in on on Wednesday. I do think it's going to pull back from here. You see, gaps do not have to be filled, but this one will be, in my opinion. So there's going to be an opportunity to get into this if you're not into it already. I got in at 14. I should really be getting out. But that's your theory, right? Once you make that almost double or double, just take the profit.
Yeah, on these I would. You
I
know,
don't have exactly the same point of view. I try to look at it from a point of view of what would I do now if I didn't have any shares in it.
right.
That's how I try to look at it. Now, if I didn't have any shares in it at all, I would look to get in at around 22.50, figuring a drop, figuring a pullback. So by that, using that logic, I should have been out today at the high of the day at $28 a share, right? If I use that logic, probably could have
It'll
taken
probably pull back a little bit.
28.69 was the high. My entry point was 14.50. So I would have had a double had I gotten out right then. But so again, my excuse is I can't put my full attention to the market on a 24/7 basis, and I forget to take profits sometimes. I'm serious. Sometimes I do. FuelCell, I took my profits at 580. Looking to get back in at 475. So anyway, we don't have all year. So let me just move along. We all know what SPE does, right?
Yeah, you think it's worth $1 billion?
Yeah, charging stations for electric vehicles. Fuel cell. Hydrogen-powered fuel cells. Okay, it's actually up 3 pennies on the day after making a new high, multi-year high yesterday at $5.99. So I came pretty close to taking profits at the top. I took it at 580. When would I get back in? I'm looking for this line down here. I'm figuring all the electric vehicle stocks will pull back. Upon the pullback, I'm going to try to go in. If I don't forget. If I forget, remind me. Remind me, Dr. J, you got to buy at 450, maybe 475. Somewhere around there. So I do think FuelCell will have a pullback. Okay, but I do not think that it will pull all the way back to fill this gap at 375. That I don't think will happen. So this will not be a gap filler, in my humble opinion. Now let's look at the next one. Space, the next frontier. And that kind of goes with your SRAC, which will be next.
Yeah. Nowadays, I like a more obscure play.
Now, space is going to happen. It was delayed probably because of the COVID thing. We couldn't pack 20 people in or whatever, however many tickets he sold. I don't know how many tickets he sold for the first launch. Do you?
I don't either. I haven't been following space.
Yeah, I'm guilty of not really following the fundamentals as much as I should. But my excuse is I'm making money on the technical, and I don't have the time. I just don't have the time to know all the fundamentals of all the stocks I own. I feel like like I'd have to know all the fundamentals of every stock on the big board NASDAQ and what used to be the American. The good old American. I miss the American. All right, so 2370. This is the one that I added to my position just before the show. I don't even know what I paid, but I added. I think I paid around this, more or less. I like the fact that it took out this high. You see, it took out the high of 24.37 today, and then it pulled back below that. So I decided it was time to add. I like space. I think it's going to, should almost definitely make new highs as whenever that launch time is 27.55. I imagine they're waiting for some time next year to launch, probably the middle of the year, something like that. Although I have no idea, I don't look at the fundamentals. Sometimes I do, but I really don't have time. I didn't look at the fundamentals here. I just know I could afford to add and not kill my average, so I added a little. Let's look at what else we got. I did not buy this. Oh yeah, I bought this one too before the. I bought this one as well before the show.
Before the show, before today.
The show. I paid right around a little bit more than where it is. I like the fact that it took out, made a very nice new high from the old high of 1102. Notice it has been going up very nicely since 10:30, about the time you mentioned it. And let's see the price back then. $10. I think you mentioned it. It was certainly no lower than 10, right? About 10.
Yeah, I think it's about 10.
So already you'd be up 79 cents.
Yeah.
I like it. I like the infrastructure plays, whether it be SPE or Momentous. They have a contract. This one I did look up a little bit, the fundamentals. And they have a contract with SpaceX through 2022 to, I guess Barron's wrote them up. I didn't read the Barron's article, but they're referring to the, they're like, if you fly into a hub, you need a little plane to get you to the smaller airports, right?
Yeah, it's basically the last mile logistics of space.
That kind of thing.
Yeah, so if you ever watch like the movie Interstellar, or what's the movie with what's her name? Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, where they were lost in space and they had this machine that can help them change the direction of their spaceship. It's like similar to that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever it is, it's let's just call it space infrastructure play, and I'm happy.
Yeah. Last mile logistics. Yeah.
Yeah, and the way the stocks have been hot, I think it's worth a stab. And if it goes down more, I'll be happy to load up anywhere close to 10. I took a very small position. That's why I barely remembered. There's this one, Northwest Biotherapeutics, is up nicely on the day. Not that it means anything. It's all about the data. And these little swings every day are just great for the day traders. That's about it. I don't see it making a new high. I think 11.13 high at $1.59 stands until data. So I don't see this being taken out prior to data. There's no reason for it. So I think you're going to see very narrow trading range from here until data. And I think the same is true for CVM. No more big moves. I think the big moves are over for both of them. So if those that are holding it don't care about the daily swings. The only ones that care about it are the day traders.
Do you think this gets data first, or do you think CVM gets it?
I'll go with this one.
Yeah, what's the deal with CVM? I mean, it's been like 9 months.
That's incredible. But so has this one been about the same.
Yeah.
And they both give the same excuse.
Yeah.
And I guess it's legit. I mean, you know, if you spread out in hospital centers all across the world, and you have 900 and something, I forget the number, 938, whatever it is, 938 patients that you're treating, and you need a verification process and so on, and these doctors are swamped with COVID, there's going to be a delay. But of course, the main those, I don't know how about now, because now outside of Europe and US, the rest of the world is not doing too bad with COVID.
Right.
Asia's doing quite well.
Yeah, most of CVM's sites are was it India, got some Pakistan.
Yeah, I really don't know whether they're being hit hard now with COVID or not. I'm not up to speed on that, but I think they have to have all of those verifications in. They're probably in lockdown, and GATT doesn't want to tell us for whatever reason. It's a horse race. I think both before the end of the year. What do you think?
I don't know. Yeah, you know, I'm not bullish on this one. Well, this one I know less about, the Northwest Therapeutic. I know that lunatic sushi guy is in both of them. And he pumps them both hard.
Well, Dr. J is not a lunatic. I'm in both of them.
Yeah, but not as much as a pumper as that guy, if at all.
I'm not a pumper at all. I just I give people. I don't give out information really. I just show charts and try to offer an explanation as to why I think stock will move or not move. And I don't consider myself a pumper. I do own everything. Most of the stocks I talk about, I own. So to that extent,
Yeah,
if that's the definition of a pumper, then I'm a pumper. But I tell everybody I own these stocks. So doesn't that kind of remove the pumping aspect of it?
yeah, and you do a good job at exits and entry as well.
Yeah, I'm more of a technician than anything else. Occasionally, stocks like BCRX, I'm in it for the fundamentals more than the chart. And I almost don't care about the chart. Almost. I still care, but less so. If I really, really believe down the road they're going to pay off. I'm willing to ride out temporary losses as opposed to trading it, selling it, buying it back, and playing that game. I do that a little bit with Athesis. And generally, it works for me. What the heck is this?
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Yeah, it looks complex. It must be what you use to do your technical analysis.
Must be.
Mm-hmm.
I forget. It's a secret formula.
Yeah.
Professor Spike had one of his proprietary spreadsheets the other day when we did our retirement planning second workshop. And we did it on showing the power of compounding. That was quite good. I want to publicize that to everyone. In case you didn't get a chance to view it yet, please do. I think it's worthwhile. And we're going to do an open mic session where Professor Spike will take live situations from viewers and give his, not advice, but give his, I can't call it advice, right? What do you call it? Opinion.
Yeah, opinion.
That reminds me, our opinions are strictly our own and do not constitute investment advice. Do your own due diligence and check with an investment advisor before acting on anything that you see in this show, whether it comes from me, Jake, Professor Spike, Jigglypuff, or whoever. So do your own due diligence is the main thing. Always study. To be honest, I don't have time to study stocks the way I would like to. But and I'm retired and I don't have time. So I guess I'm not into it as much as some people are. But occasionally I see something that excites me. So I'd like to share. All right, this one my odds are even money. I've been sticking with even money on both NWBO and CVM. Speaking of which, let's jump. Instead of going to CVM, let's go to not SRAC, BCRX, because I know Jake has limited time. I want Jake's point of view on this one. So the stock has been behaving a little poorly. People tell me because of expirations, perhaps option expirations. When were they today?
Yeah, it's today. I mean, it's not. I don't think it's option expiration, but I think it is option expiration, right? So,
But you don't think that's the reason why it came back down?
no, I mean, people just think it's gonna go down because of option expiration, so they sell. So it's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Right.
Yeah, but it has nothing to do. It actually doesn't have anything to do with option expiration.
Today's candle is pretty yucky. It tried to rally, came up to the 9-day and gave it all back. It's basically trading like a great at this point like a gravestone doji. It looks like it might even go negative at this point. It's up a penny for the day. It had been up a little more. Let's see what the high of the day is.
Yeah, people are just freaking out because of option expiration.
428 was the high of the day. It looked like it was having a good day and gave it up. But I mean, the chart is not terrible. It's not the greatest, but it's not terrible. And people are we still have the catalyst between Galley and Darrow. Nothing's changed.
Yeah, Barrow's gonna come before Thanksgiving. Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah, this is recording
that would be Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, right?
If I had to guess, it probably, I don't know. These guys like to drop PR beginning of the week or end of week. So either today or Tuesday.
It's not going to come. It's not going to come today.
You don't think so, eh?
No.
Why not?
I don't think they drop really. If it's good news, I don't think they're going to drop it today.
That's not true. The biggest news they've ever dropped was Galley, and they dropped it on a 3-day weekend.
Really? That was not good timing.
Yeah, I mean, and it took a couple of days for the market to realize it, and then it went up like 100%. That was back in June or May.
Yeah, but I think it's much better if you have good news to drop it on a Monday morning.
No, the PR team is terrible. Yeah.
Well, if you're factoring in a terrible PR team, then I can't handicap terrible logic.
Yeah.
So therefore, I don't know.
Yeah, Blue was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I added the other day a higher number, 430, I think. I'm going to add again, probably after the show.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be today, but probably.
I'll add a little bit more, just in case. You know what I mean? Just in case. Now this is the hot Chinese stock.
Expedia?
No, this one.
Ooh. Oh, and on that note,
This is a picture of the car. Gorgeous.
I don't believe it.
What don't you believe?
Don't believe it. Probably not reliable. Performance, probably won't match up to anything American. Yeah. Oof.
This looks nicer than the Neo.
What is this thing?
And it's flying on the stock market, flying.
Wait, what's the name of the company again?
You tell XPENG.
X-Pain.
You're as bad as I am.
Yeah, X-Pain.
It's a beautiful looking vehicle, unlike the Candy,
Yeah. Okay, so they're unveiling. Right. Okay.
Beautiful looking vehicle. I'm tempted to buy it just because of that picture.
Yeah, no, I'm buying puts if I can.
On this?
Oh yeah.
Well, it's making new highs every day. I wouldn't look to buy a put just yet.
Oof. What's this worth?
The timing has to be impeccable. Don't forget anything EV has been going up. So this will go down with all the others. But the question is timing.
Yeah, I'm just betting on it going down more violently, it being Chinese.
Yes.
Yeah.
The best Chinese company to own probably is not an automaker, but Alibaba.
Yeah, Alibaba. One of the only legitimate one.
The only legitimate one, yeah.
Yeah, one of the only legitimate one. I don't know. XPEF might be a good puts play, like honestly.
Okay, well, I'm not doing that, but that's not my style, but you can do it.
Yeah, it fits onto my principles.
Yeah.
Well, I'll do some research.
Baba had a fall from grace, a high of 319 in October 27th. October 27th. And it's had a nice bounce today. So it looks like it really came to a nice bottom on 1118. I think it's a buy. I mean, maybe it fills this gap. Maybe it comes back down on some weakness to the 259, 260 area. And that would be a good entry point. I think Baba is a buy. I think even though it's broken some key lows, I think it's made a very important low a couple of days ago. Now, I think the Chinese government has been imposing some anti-monopolistic sentiment or rules or whatever you want to call it. So they had to deal with that, as Tencent also had to deal with that. So I mean, it's operating within a pseudo-capitalistic environment, and you got to take that into account too, right?
Yeah, it could be good or bad.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
you're off.
Have fun with the rest of the show. I'm gonna go buy my X-Pain puts.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you'll see.
Right. Good luck with it. Good luck.
See you later.
All right. I don't know about that, but Jake is an impetuous player sometimes. CVM, as I said with NWBO, it ain't going nowhere fast. So figure the bottom of its trading range, new trading range is about 11, and the top is about 13. I think we get data before it breaks out of that 11 to 13 channel. That's my feeling. And Probably by the end of the year. I think it's just noise. All the rest of the movements until then is pretty much noise. Is today looking like an engulfing? I'm not sure. Close. I'm not sure that it is. Let's see. The day before opened at 1175. Today it's trading at 1176. As of now, it's looking like an engulfing, positive engulfing candle. So maybe we do get a little pop. Sure, not much, but a little pop going forward into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday before Thanksgiving. I think those 3 days are generally pretty good, aren't they? I'm not, from memory. I think those 3 days aren't bad. I gotta close the door. Oh, no. I'm even going to see it. You don't see it. Oh. I said go. Having a little interaction with my grandson. All right. I'm invading my grandson's room to do this show, so I can't blame him for wanting to claim his territory. All right, so CVM, I think is, not going to make a big move. Those who are in it for the data are going to stay, and those who aren't coming in now. EXPE, Expedia. I like this one. I think the time has come to think about the end of the COVID-19 era, which I think will, for the most part, happen second half of 2021. As people get injected, more and more people will be braving travel. Expedia should benefit greatly from a surge in demand for travel and leisure. I think this one could go up very big. I don't think it fills this gap at 106 or actually 100 or whatever it is. It's not filling that gap, in my opinion. So I think this low stands, the low of 115. So we're very close to what I think is the low. And I think this thing over the next 6 months could have a nice run. I don't want to say a number, but let's say a very nice run. So I'm very bullish on Expedia. What was the other one that was requested that I said, Jake, remind me? Let me go back and ask again. Jake is cracking up Cabinet Guy. Athesis is up 10 cents. Did I chart Athesis? Oh, maybe I didn't. I can't remember already. I talked about it, I think. Athesis made me very nervous the last few days as it was on the brink of collapse. It's still pretty close to the brink of collapse. This $1.55 number, it's very scary because there's like nothing but air below it. So if it breaks this line, it's not good. It could mean a dip to as low as $1.15. And the feuding between Hardy and Gill is just awful. The major shareholder who owns 8.9% of the company or whatever it is, their Japanese partner is feuding with Gill over just about everything, especially recently over the new directors that were hired. And I also said, as soon as I read those headlines, that's going to be a problem. So I knew that was going to be a problem. Not especially bullish at this short term on this one. I'd see them not winning the race for COVID odds. I don't see any real catalysts for a while. So I can't say I'm bullish. I'm on a hold pattern. So I'm holding my shares, but I'm not especially bullish. MISO, let me chart MISO. I talked about it at the beginning of the show. They have a deal with Novartis, $50 million upfront payment now. So that caused it to pop. I didn't buy more, but I was tempted to. I don't think it gives back. I don't think it goes back to fill this gap. So I think the 50 is where it hit the low of the day. It's new support, and I like it going forward. I think Wainwright or somebody raised their price target to 20, which irritates me because I called 19 to 20 as my price target after it made its collapse here. So I resent these Wainwright analysts listening to my show to get price targets. It annoys me. Everyone who listens to my show or watches this show, I feel are very smart people. Otherwise they wouldn't be watching. So all of you, I have great respect for all of you. From Linda to Greg to everyone else on the show, Cabinet Guy, this is a one hell of a following. I'd just as soon listen to you as have you listen to me. I learn from you guys. Of course, it's part of doing my own due diligence. So let me go back to the main StreamYard and see if anybody else wants me to chart something. America wants a 2-hour show. The grandson can wait for his room. Okay. I want to re-enter Athesis, but nervous. Cabinet Guy, I'm nervous and I own a position. GHSI, okay. I don't blame you for being nervous. It's on the brink of collapse. There's chaos in the boardroom. It doesn't look like a great time to re-enter. But who the hell knows? The bottom line is, who the hell knows? I sold a few shares, not many, a little bit higher than this, in the 170s. I've been doing that on and off. All right, this has got a nice little chart going for it. We like this chart. This one is sort of going parabolic. If it takes out this spike high, we could first get moving here. Takes out 27 cents. This could move nicely. Let's do the. I want to get an idea of the weekly. Same picture. So the high up here was about 350. This is a nice solid green candle, high of 74 cents. I think if it makes a run, it's going to make a run to about 70 cents. And it could. So if it takes out, let's say, this high, that's 58 cents. The daily is, different picture. Whatever number you're into, little pennies are big moves on this guy. So if it goes to 30 cents, maybe it goes to 50. 30 will get you 50, something like that. It looks good, the chart, but it is a penny stock, and generally I don't play them. There's so many other good things to play, then why fool around with pennies? I know you could get rich with pennies. All right, so Jiggly, I'm not going to do 2 hours. I think I'm going to stop here. Chart solo? Okay. I will, for eyes on the money, sure. Solo. It must be having a nice move on solo. Solo, I do own solo. Just to let everyone know that it's another one of my stocks. So I'm prejudiced in favor, maybe. But I refuse to say that I'm a pumper. I'm not a pumper. Maybe I am. I don't know. Am I a pumper? I don't know what the definition of pumper is. I try to give an honest appraisal. Yeah, I think it's going to come back to the middle of this big candle. A nice move. Might be a good time to take profits and re-enter if you want to play that game. I might do that now that you called my attention to it. I haven't had time to look at the charts of all my stocks. Like I said, I own too many. So if I sell my solo for a nice gain and look to come back in at about 950, what's so terrible? I might just do that. Yeah, thanks for pointing that one out to me, because I do own it and I think it's time to sell it, take a cash in a little bit. Buy it back. Play that game. Any other ones? Citron is hitting solo today. J Citron. You sold solo too early, says Linda. Pete says solo, zoom, zoom, zoom. Pete, you're buying one, right? You have an order in? Pete has an order in, I think. Yeah. How about XXII? Is it still on the rise? Thanksgiving streaming schedule for next week holiday. Well, we'll do Wednesday, Friday as always. All right. Is there anything else that you want in a little extra? All right, extra. I do not own that one, so you'll get an honest appraisal. Not that I'm not honest with the ones I do own. I think I'm honest. As unbiased as I can be, considering I own them. Did I copy the symbol wrong? Oh well. What was it? XXII. Oh yeah, we should do that one. That one is making people rich, except for me. I did not go in. I did not. Should have, would have, could have. $1.47 down from the high of, gave back a lot today. It hit $1.80. You gotta figure it's gonna come down probably to retest this high, the 95 cents. I have just like Jake had little faith in XPENG. I don't have tremendous faith in this one. I don't know what the news is, but usually it's fluff. And this one is a pump and dump in the past. I don't know. I'm not saying it's a pump and dump now. 95 cents. Maybe I feel this way because I missed out on the run. I don't know. 95 cents. Do I really think it'll get down that low? It could. It could. It definitely could. Or more conservatively, you could look for a double middle of the string candle. Actually, the middle of the whole candle. It could be up higher. Are we still on the weekly? No wonder I'm cracking up. The weekly. All right, so we have a red candle on the daily. Wow. What a, I mean, it's a rocket ship. This one's going to fall. It's going to fall, and it's going to fall hard. I drew the line in the right place. I stand by that. The weekly is perfect. I think it comes right back down to that $1.19 close at $1.20. I think $1.20 is a decent entry point. Well, entry point, but also I think it fills this gap at $1.05. All right, let's call this $1.05. That's a very, and it's also where it went parabolic. So if it's going to retrace, fill this gap, $1.05. So now go back into the $1.05. I wish I could do that because I missed the run, so I can't do that. So maybe I'm a little jealous of everyone who on this board that is smarter than me. As smart as you are, you can't be. There's always somebody smarter on occasion. It's not always. I'm used to being the smartest, but not always. Sometimes people are smarter than Dr. J. Not often, but sometimes. All right, so stop sharing. This has been Dr. J streaming live from the Hamptons, Long Island, New York. Have a great weekend, pre-Turkey Day. Linda is very smart. Linda is smarter than Jiggly by his own admission. I think Linda might be smarter than me, especially with FuelCell. Lake and APT. I think these are old stories, but going forward, you're going to see more of the. The earnings are going to be great on both, but I think the market likes to look 6 months ahead. So if you're looking 6 months ahead, you're looking more at the Expedias and the Disneys and of the world. So that's just my take on it. This is old news. I mean, there's still money to be made in COVID plays, but maybe not too much. So you might squeeze a few more points out of Lake and APT. I'll tell you what COVID plays I like. Testing. Linda, we love you all. All of us love you. You've been awesome, Linda. Pete, it's good to forget what you bought it at. If you sold it for a loss, it's better to forget. Hey, Newell, have a great weekend. Man, have a great weekend. Eyes on the money, have a great weekend. Cabinet guy, have a great weekend. Bye all.